Hello my dear children, I hope all of you are doing good at home. So today in my class, I am going to teach you a poem called The Journey, written by Rabindranath Tagore. This is actually the Gitanjali verse number 48, which is focusing on the spiritual journey of the speaker. So before I start the poem, let me introduce the author first. Rabindranath Tagore, you know very well. Okay, in my previous classes also I have talked about Rabindranath Tagore. He was born in 1861 and died 1941. He has lot of contribution for English literature. He was an Indian writer, essayist, songwriter, painter and poet who reshaped Bengali literature and music in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The national anthems of India and Bangladesh, Amar Sonar Bangla, were penned by him. His most important works include Gora, Ghorer Baire, Nauka Dubi, Chokher Bali, and so on. He won the Nobel Prize in English Literature in 1913 for his collection of poems titled Gitanjali. So that was about the author. Now, first of all, I am going to recite a poem now. Okay, please open your book, listen carefully, line by line, text by text. Alright, let's start. The journey. The morning sea of silence broke into ripples of bird songs, and the flowers were all merry by the roadside, and the wealth of gold was scattered through the rift of the clouds, while we busily went on our way and paid no heed. We sang no glad songs nor played. We went not to the village for barter. We spoke not a word nor smiled. We lingered not on the way. We quickened our pace more and more as the time sped by. The sun rose to the mid-sky and doves cooed in the shade. Withered leaves danced and whirled in the hot air of noon. The shepherd boy drowsed and dreamed in the shadow of the banyan tree. And I laid myself down by the water and stretched my tired limbs on the grass. My companions laughed at me in scorn. They held their heads high and hurried on. They never looked back nor rested. They vanished in the distant blue haze. They crossed many meadows and hills. They passed through strange, faraway countries. All honor to you, heroic host of the interminable path. Mockery and reproach pricked me to rise, but found no response in me. I gave myself up for lost in the depth of a glad humiliation, in the shadow of a dim delight. The repose of the sun embroidered green gloom slowly spread over my heart. I forgot for what I had traveled, and I surrendered my mind without struggle to the maze of shadows and songs. At last, when I woke from my slumber and opened my eyes, I saw thee standing by me, flooding my sleep with thy smile. How I had feared that the path was long and wearisome, and the struggle to reach thee was hard. So, through this poem, the speaker describes the beautiful morning landscape that surrounds him and his fellow travelers as they set out on their trek. The speaker then asserts that he and his fellow travelers are in a hurry to begin their hike, and they therefore do not notice nor appreciate the beauty around them. The speaker and his companion are quite serious in their travel experience. They did not even bother to visit anyone or sing song. They were so serious that they did not even bother to speak or smile. By noon, he notices that some doves and a shepherd are resting in the shade, and the speaker decides to rest too. His fellows taunt him for this and continue on their journey. While appreciating his fellows' active nature, he admits that he had experienced some guilt for remaining in leisure and not accompanying them. But he just could not bring himself to continue on that particular journey. The speaker then testifies that he and his ambiguous feelings. On the one hand, he feels lost because he is not with the crowd. But on the other hand, he possesses a glad humiliation, and he feels that he must be standing in the shadow of a dim delight. The speaker then confesses that he can no longer even recall why he set out on this trek in the first place. So he just let himself go, no longer combating his true leaning any longer. He permits his mind and heart to go wandering. But in the end, he finally discovers that all he had to do was allow his inner self to approach the door of the divine beloved. All extraneous journey become unnecessary in the exalted environment. He slowly realizes the true nature of the idea of a journey, the nature in this poem. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay home.